Super bummed. I was so excited. This is the path I usually take. It goes from that point all the way down there, where my house is at, all the way up here. And I always look forward to it because I get to come over here. I'm like, yes, I'm almost at the top. There's this peak, right? But then this peak now involves all this. Fuckers, assholes, dicks. You know, Cancer was yesterday, Leo's today. So I'm gonna feel the resonance of the last degrees in Cancer going into Leo. And I'm gonna say fuck them assholes for fucking up such a beautiful piece of land, all for selfish reasons, for profit, instead of thinking what was actually out there. Nothing's being preserved anymore. Everything's being used. All we know how to do is use shit. There's no preservation whatsoever. It's really unfortunate. I know I can see this a better way, but you know what? I'm gonna be fucking angry. Because you know what? That's okay too. All I can keep doing is doing my part as one of the nodes, one of the neurons of this earth, and help people turn on their light so that we can make a huge fucking change that we need. But without doing so and just being who I am, I already know I'm making a difference. Whew. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. Is it necessary to get mad? Nothing's necessary. Is it productive? Maybe not. But at the time being, because everything's baby steps, right? Everything grows at its pace. I think it's okay to get upset. Like, look at this. This is what everything was burned back in, what was that? May, I think it was. Everything was burnt up. Everybody was thinking it was so random. Oh, it's so random. As soon as they start to build, yeah, makes it easier. Sure, can be conspiracy, can just be my own perception. We don't honor our land that we built on. Yes, I live in a tract fucking home. Yes, am I grateful for it? 100%. For sure. But there's also things that I'm learning as well. I'm learning how to honor the land, honor what surrounds you, asking for permission, just like we ask somebody, you know, when we have to borrow something from somebody else, we ask them. We don't just take it. We ask them, hey, can I have some of this? Most likely, a human being will say yes. The worst that can happen is they say no. But people are so fucking scared of saying no. People are so scared of using their no's, using their yeses, using their maybes. I was taught by a friend that there is value in every single one of those answers. There's value in every single one of those words. Yes, no, and maybe. They all hold value. So if we hear a no, gives us direction. The value is, you know what, gives me direction. If we hear a yes, awesome, gives us more direction. If we hear maybe, you know what, maybe there's still time to think about things and it's not for sure. So again, gives us direction, but we don't even bother asking questions, asking for favors, asking for permission, asking to borrow. We don't ask anything. We just get. We just force the reception or the receiving. We force it. And then it creates disharmony in our fucking world. I don't understand that. I think in my life, like, what could I ask for? What can I, borrow from somebody? Well, I'm starting with the house that I bought. I gave back to my property. I even did a small ceremony asking for its protection. Thanking the land that I live on. But do you think half of these people do that? No, because we weren't taught, because we only know what we know. Our ancestors didn't teach us shit. And when I mean ancestors, I mean our parents. Our parents didn't know because they didn't know, because they weren't taught. Everybody's forgotten their ways. Everybody's forgotten how to work together. You know how a 5-year-old has trouble sharing, and you have to teach that child how to share? What happened to that? Just because you grew up doesn't mean you can't share anymore. Doesn't mean that you can't ask questions and be curious. You can still be that inner child and ask all those questions and ask, for permission or be curious. But we forgot all of that. We forgot it. That's why sometimes I just ask things to ask. Doesn't mean I'm judging anybody. Doesn't mean that I have my own agenda. It's literally, why is the sky blue? What really makes it blue? I just ask to ask because I like to have information. I like to grow. I like to expand my experience and, my knowledge and my wisdom. I like to expand it all because you never know what you can learn from somebody else. Even if you disagree at the moment, you actually might learn something. But to circle back around, when we don't do any of that, when we don't ask for guidance and permission and all that from our earth, shit happens. We want to say that certain lands are cursed and whatnot. Yeah, you're right. They are cursed because it's your own vibration, because you're doing it out of fucking greed. You're not doing it out of, you're not doing it from a place of service. When we don't do things from a place of service, you best be damn, it's not going to work out. It'll catch up to you. Always. I've been through it. I know exactly what it is. I know when I used to lie and manipulate. And, I created all these narratives because I just was so afraid of hearing no. God. I was so afraid of saying no that I end up creating more drama for myself than I really needed to. And I still find myself doing that sometimes. I still find myself like lying, fibbing. And then I think, why am I fibbing? Why? I'm an adult. Why can't I just tell the truth? If something's willing to judge you on you telling the truth, you using that power, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. And that's why I choose, even if it takes me a little time to finally say it because I get really, really nervous, it feels so fucking good. And every single time as an adult, every time I've done that, even in my own relationship, I ended up realizing it was as bad as I made it out to be. It was just all communication. But we're so afraid of hearing no. We're so afraid of hearing no. It scares us. It makes us fearful. Maybe for some of us it doesn't. It makes me fearful. But I know for a lot of people, it makes people fearful. You know, why do you think they didn't ask us if they can build behind this mountain and take that land? Well, one, because it was owned property by the state, because the state has bought all the fucking land out here like it's theirs. What did some like random person come here and just buy off all the fucking land? Oh yeah, we all know those people. It's not anybody's land to claim, but we feel like we have to claim everything. They can't just share. And I know there's beautiful people out there. I'm not talking about those people that are doing the work, that are conscious, that are asking for permission. They're asking the earth to, to work with it and not against it. But then there are a lot of people right now still asleep, still not awake, still not open to growing. Yes, there's days that I'm super frustrated about it. But I know, the thing is I know I surround myself with people that are the opposite. I am so grateful for the people I surround myself with, because they're open. They're open to growing. They're not open to just keeping things the way they know it is, and that's it. Because that's not life. Life is about growing. Yeah, the least I can do, even in my own track home, is just be grateful. And I am, every single time, so grateful for the property that I'm on, the neighborhood that I'm in. It's beautiful. I would not ask for anything else. Take care of it. Honor it. Don't treat it poorly. But that's every step I take on this earth. I feel that way, because this entire earth is my home. The box that I live in can burn down tomorrow, but I know I still have the earth to be my home. I can go anywhere I want. You know, when this fire happened, it was a representation of a lot of things in my life that needed to be burned down. Opened up a lot too, opened up a lot of different paths. Like, I see so many different like pathways now that everything has ash on it. So many different pathways I never realized were here. But so significant to life in general. Like, when you finally burn everything down, you can form new paths. Any path you want. Because there's room now. There's no debris. There's no bushes in the way. I chose today to take the old path that I usually do. I wanted to revisit this because I thought, you know what? It just always made me feel good. There's nothing wrong with it. There was nothing that was hard about it. Strenuous. Yes, it worked me out, but still, it wasn't. It was beautiful. But I could have taken any other path, new path. And I will. I will soon. I'll take a different one, because it's exciting to know that there's different paths that I can take. So yes, having everything burnt down has its own benefits, because then you get to start anew. And you get to start from ground zero and make something new with it. For sure. I just wish we honored those thoughts a lot more often than we do. And we saw it that way more often than we do, knowing that the world and the earth is constantly working with us and, sending us signs. It feels better. So as much as I'm upset with the people, whatever person is forming these new neighborhoods, and it's huge. There's a lot of houses that are gonna go back there. As much as I'm irritated with that, I know this world's changing. I know August brings a lot of alarms. A lot of people will be waking up this month alone. It's life. We have to die before we're reborn. It's a process. It's an expression. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit with those thoughts because these last few months have been pretty intense in general. I know there's more to this for me to sit on and think about. Because at the end of the day, I surround myself with love. I am love. And I'm grateful for my health and my wealth, my family, my friends, my soul family, the people I pass by. I don't have many bad experiences. I have distorted ones, but the distorted experiences are only because of me, because of the things that I'm resonating on. Have nothing to do with my outside world. Yes, it plays a part, but it's absolutely my own thoughts. Guys, it's true. All of this is a hologram. This is all a hologram. We think that it's all real. It's not. It literally is all our thoughts. So if you know you have that much power, you can change it all. No matter who you are, you can change it all. I know I did. I chose to change it. And yeah, sometimes it fluctuates. But I don't see the life that I used to 10 years ago whatsoever. I don't even know if I can recognize that life anymore. I know it still exists though. I see glimpses of it. I'm like, oh shit. I remember when I was in that level where I played that part. But it's different now. Definitely like this one. Still working on it. Still making tweaks. And I'll continue to do that. Who knows? I don't know if it's age or whatever it is. It won't ever be enough because it's infinite. That's how you know the energy. The Gaga energy. Not Gaga, but that's how you know the energy is pulsating, coming through. All the anger. Start yawning. Releasing. I am grateful. How can I not be grateful? Like, this is beautiful. Do you hear how quiet it is? I'm not surrounded by heavy noises. So yes, I can complain. I can sit here and bitch about it all. And if I did, just like I did, 10 minutes ago? I think that's okay. But I don't know. I just do my part. There was one thing that I was learning as I was walking up this long and windy path. I was thinking how hard it should be for me to walk up this path because I haven't worked out. I haven't gone up incline in forever. And instead of focusing on how much of an incline it was, I just focused on literally every step I was taking and just focusing maybe like a foot around myself. Just staring at the floor, not looking at where I was going next, just looking at my feet, little by little. Not once was I panting for air. Not once. Yes, did I feel it in my booty? Did I feel it in my legs? Was it burning? Yeah, but it wasn't as much as a burn that it usually is. But I definitely wasn't trying to catch my breath, it burning my lungs. That's how much your mind creates exhaustion, disruption, distortion, suffering and pain. Being so focused on what's in front of you in the future of what this mountain or this hill was bringing me to, focusing on how long I had to go, how tall it was. There were times that I have suffered, for sure. I was like, oh my God, I don't think I could do this. This is hard. Of course, because words are spells, so absolutely my body was feeling it. And I was so focused on what was going to happen. It didn't happen yet, it was going to happen. So my mind was already suffering. Whereas today, I remembered, I can focus on one step at a time. And I didn't suffer at all. Didn't suffer at all. Just focused one step at a time. Just like if you're doing anything, you have a project, if you have maybe some problems in your relationship, if maybe you're working out or whatever it may be, just focus on one step at a time. Because one step at a time is a lot easier than thinking of this whole expanded perspective on it, on what can happen. It's infinite what could happen. I mean, I could have not made it up here at all. I could have fell off the hill if I was so focused on here, on where I was going. Know where you're going. I knew I was going up there, but then I just brought it back and I focused one step at a time. So many different outcomes, but I chose my outcome by just focusing on one step at a time, looking at my feet, walking, the rocks that were surrounding me, being grateful, kind of looking around. It actually made my little adventure more fun because then I wasn't unconsciously blinded. I was actually able to see all the ash, everything that this fire destroyed. And there's beauty in that. There's beauty in seeing what it's destroyed. It's like, wow, it wiped everything out. That's how much fire. And that's actually really funny because we're now going into the season of Leo, which is the fire. It destroys things. The fire destroys things. But it also creates ground for new paths. That's what Leo's about. Destroys things. Burns everything up. How many Leos have you met? And it's like they just create their own issues. There's always a problem. Sorry, my Leos. I love you guys for sure. But there's always something going on, always something happening, always something going bad in your life. But see, the trick is you guys are powerful because you guys can burn all of that down. And you guys forget. Some of you guys forget. You guys can make new paths. You guys just have to take it one step at a time. Burn it all. Burn it to the fucking ground. But then start a new path. And work with that one step at a time. Do that for this month. Everybody, we're in the month of Leo, or we're in the, constellation of Leo. Work with that energy. It's the I can. It's to remember that you can burn everything down, that the things that weren't going right before, are no longer serving you. So it has to burn. Whether you like it or not, there's meaning behind it burning to the ground and not working out for you, so that you can start a new path. But then start that path and keep walking on that. Don't worry about everything that's burnt around. Don't get pissed off. Accept it. Accept what is being burnt down this month. Because there's a lot going to be burnt down this month. Accept that. But then do your part and walk step by step and create a new one for yourself. Don't worry about what anybody's doing out there. Don't worry about what society's doing, what they're not doing. Worry about what you're doing, because that will make the biggest impact in your life and in others around you. Because then you're not distorted. Then you're in harmony. Then you're not suffering. Because, oh boy, do I know. Leos love that feeling of suffering. But I'm going to call you out. Calling your bullshit. Stop putting yourself through suffering. You guys are fucking powerful beings. I surround myself with so many Leos. You just have to keep walking. Knowing that sometimes shit happens. Things burn down. Things don't work out. But the minute you find that power, man, you guys are powerful. You guys are like, I am seen. I can. I am this. It's the lion. It's the protector. But ultimately, it's the element of fire. Fire, fire, fire. And boy, I know about fire. I'm in an Aries moon, so I am definitely the spark before the fire. So this month for me, I am going to embrace that flame that I created. Because my Aries is always, what's next? What new idea? I'm going to spark this. I'm going to spark that. Well, now I sparked it. Now we're in Leo. So how am I going to move that forward with my own life and make a huge impact in my own life? Because once I make an impact in my own life, I don't have to worry about making an impact in others' lives. Because everybody else that vibrates on that same frequency will surround me like they always do. Doesn't make me any more special than you. But it makes me special because I feel so fucking grateful. So grateful to be able to be surrounded by those people, knowing, oh, that's because I'm vibing really, really harmonic right now. It's not high. You don't always want to be in a high vibration. That's not good. And that's not bad. I think there's times that we absolutely should embrace that for sure. But definitely harmonic. Same thing, low vibrations have their benefits for sure. That is a great time to find purpose, to repurpose. Nothing wrong with high vibrations, low vibrations, but if I can just keep it harmonic, just balanced, I'm good. I'm golden, baby. I'm golden. Yeah, I think this is a good walk. Oh, this is a beautiful walk. And now, I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see if I can find her. There was a hawk. Oh, she's flying high. I can barely see her. Let's see. She's right there. Barely see her. She's flying. Enjoy today, guys. For those of you that have watched this completely, you're awesome. Thank you for hearing my rant. I love it. Who knows? This is the month of Leo. I get to do whatever I want because I can. Cancer was all about I feel. Leo's all about I can. One step at a time, guys. One step at a time. Don't put yourself through suffering. Don't do it. I'm grateful we all have the opportunity to experience this life for what it is and however you decide to see it. If you want to see it in the most beautiful way, start following me. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. No, actually, you know what? Yes. Do that. Because if I can be the light for you, if I can help you spark your flame, listen. I don't just post random shit on here. I post when I feel something, when something comes up for me. So if that resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But who knows? We're all just constantly influencing each other, even if it's subconsciously, unconsciously. So, welcome to Leo season. The flame has arrived. I'm ready to get my day started. Got my morning started. Enjoy, guys. I love you all.